It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Monday Travel and Cruise Industry News. I'm Chillie Falls coming to you from Bedford County, Virginia. On this, the 13th day of December 2021. Got a lot happening this morning and a little bit of a quandary over getting the show started today, as I thought Elizabeth on location was going to be in the green room ready to go on the show, but she has something must maybe happen with her signal. I don't know. But anyway, we'll get back to that if she does pop in. Today is National Ice Cream Day, folks. So, excuse my throat. So there's no doubt about it, folks, even though it's cold in a lot of the country, figure out some way to have a little ice cream today. I'm probably going to try to maybe stop and get a little tonight after dinner. It's a possibility. We do have some cruise ship sailings today. Port Canaveral will see Independence of the Sea and Disney Dream on its way. Fort Lauderdale, that's Port Everglades, of course. Regal Princess, Celebrity Millennium Sail. Down in Miami, Freedom of the Seas, Carnival Conquest, Carnival Sunrise, Oceana Riviera, all sail today. Over in Tampa, the Celebrity Constellation gets underway again. Down in New Orleans, Louisiana, Carnival Valor will sail. The Galveston has the Disney Wonder underway today. Out in Long Beach, the Carnival Radiance, we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Over in San Pedro, the other port there in Los Angeles, Navigator of the Seas will get underway. And of course, the headlines today is the Carnival Radiance ceremony that was held last night. And a woman overboard this weekend. We're going to talk about that and got a little more information on that. So we do have Elizabeth on location port for the day. I will put that up first. Like I say, I was expecting to have Elizabeth in studio, and I'm not sure where she is. So that's the port for the day. So take a good look at that. And you can, of course, put your guesses in the chat box. So that's the port for today. And so we have, several things that are going on simultaneously that we're trying to keep track of here on Chillie's Cruises. Today is day 4 of our friend Bethany Bartley's adventure on the Avalon Passion, which is pretty cool. I'm hoping maybe we'll have Bethany on tomorrow, as a matter of fact. I'm hoping we're going to get that done. So now, before she got on the Avalon Passion, which was actually yesterday, of course, their time difference, but yesterday, before she got on the boat, I got just totally fascinated with the toy museum. And she posted a couple videos. I showed you guys one. Here's another one from the toy museum because I think it's cool. And then she also posted this one from the Toy Museum. Now, if I did all that right, which is unusual, I should be back where you can hear me, I hope. At least I'm showing that the mic is working. So after the Toy Museum, now she was still in Basel, Switzerland, and went to a music history museum, which I got equally fascinated in her pictures from the music museum. And this is all in this little town of Basel, Switzerland. So, man, this going on my bucket list. Couple places there I want to go see. And of course, that's Bethany from the Music Museum. And then she got on the Avalon River cruise, the Avalon Passion. Passion is the name of the ship. And this was her cabin on board the Passion. And boy, it's, I just, in my mind, I picture that, river cruises are small. But these are clearly really nice staterooms. And I've seen some of Bethany's pictures before, but this just looks marvelous. And then that's, of course, the lounge, one of the lounge areas on board the Passion, and a bar. And of course, they are festive. They have a Christmas tree up on board the ship, and decorations. And that's looking out at the Rhine River from one of the observation decks, I guess you'd call it. And that's like the living room area. And then, of course, last night she had her first meal on board, which had she said what was on the salad, and I don't remember, but, a fancy salad and a tomato bisque with some kind of cheese soup. And that was the entree. And I don't remember what it was. I've got too many things running through my brain and I didn't write it down. We'll ask her about the meal and, of course, a little dessert. So she was real pleased with that. Then today, this would have been this morning their time, before 11 o'clock today, she was in Indigen, Germany. And by 11 o'clock this morning, had 3 glasses of wine as she went to 3 wineries, or maybe, anyway, she sampled 3 different wines on a wine tour this morning in Indigen, Germany. And this is some shots. This is into the down in the underground part of the winery. Some of these might not be in the correct order. That's back from up on the street. Sorry about that. And then that's obviously some of the wine casks, which, they store these things forever, it seems like. And of course, that is Bethany. She was still in Germany then. She got back on the boat and went to a town actually in France. And this afternoon, which would be right now, they're doing something in another little town in France, which I'll share that with you tomorrow. And again, I'm hoping that Bethany will be live. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, depends on Wi-Fi signals. Now, in the meantime, our friend Kim, some of you, Kim's on the Norwegian Getaway, transatlantic, And some of you noticed that she said that she had posted some lovely sunset pictures from Malaga, and I did not get those posted. And she's right. This was from Malaga, which would have been the day before yesterday. And they were fabulous sunset pictures. Yeah, I totally agree with her, which is why I went back and loaded them up for today. Now, they were also notified yesterday that tomorrow's port, which is in the Azores, Ponta Delgado, is canceled because of weather. So they will be heading directly for Miami using the southern route. But today, bright and early this morning, as this was actually sunrise, they went into Lisbon, Portugal. And as you can see, this was going under the bridge, going into Lisbon. It was a little foggy early, but then it cleaned up nice. And of course, that's Lisbon. And later in the day, you got just a perfectly solid blue sky there. And these are several shots from Lisbon. That's the old viaduct in Lisbon. One of the old castles. That's the Discovery Monument. And then that's a sunset, actually, back over the bridge going into Lisbon. So that's a sunset. So she was there to see both ends of it. Now, so that's our friend Cameron, of course, on board the Norwegian Getaway, and is now, as we speak, underway, with the next stop being Miami or Fort Lauderdale, whichever one they're going into. I can't remember. I can't keep track of all that. Do I still have that loaded? Yeah, probably. Miami. Going into Miami. So that's the next stop for the transatlantic cruise on the Norwegian Getaway. By the way, our friend Emily up there in New York. Emily, this one is entirely for you. I don't even know if you're with us today. But Emily, she walks dogs. Well, up in Canada, Emily, they don't just walk dogs. They take the dogs to school, and the dogs ride on their own school bus. This is a group of dogs going to doggy school. So maybe you need to get your doggy folks there in New York to step up the game a little bit and get a bus and take the doggies to school for the day. So I just thought I'd share that because I like the picture. Okay, and Elizabeth is still not with us. And she ended up with just a horrendous time. And I wanted her to tell the story about what happened, because she ended up, she's went through Gatwick, and these were a couple folks at Gatwick that helped her out a lot to get her on her way. She went from Gatwick, but then she ended up going through Istanbul to get to Miami, and then from Miami to Cozumel. I mean, I'm thinking, what the hell are you doing in Istanbul? But sure enough, she went to Istanbul, and we wanted to get an explanation from Elizabeth on that, which I don't know if she got time mixed up, or because they're on the same time now as we are, or if I don't know if she had a signal issue. This was all stuff, by the way, that Istanbul Air or whatever gave her that was left over that she didn't use from wherever she ended up in Istanbul. So she went from Gatwick to Istanbul to Miami to Cozumel, which seems way out of the way for me. The other thing I wanted to ask her is, because Hot Air Tom And I know he's in the chat room, or was at least earlier today, because he was having difficulties on his Bermuda authorization. We'll talk about that when we get up to the chat room. Hot Air Tom sent me this on the Horizon. You know, the Horizon's Azapods went kaflooey, and she's on her way to dry dock to have the repair done. And I guess she's going back over to Cadiz to have the repair work done. But look at this path she took in the, I guess, yesterday. She went what appears to me to be way off course and then back on course. And I'm just wondering why. I mean, maybe it could be weather or wind, or I don't know. I mean, I know she's not going at full steam because she can't. That's why she's going to be repaired. And I have not been able to find out why she took that kind of a path. I was going to ask Elizabeth if she has any idea from all of her years at sea why they would do something like that. But I don't know where Elizabeth is. So, all right, do have a couple things to discuss in the way of news. And one of those is, of course, the Carnival Radiance. Now, we're going to talk about the Carnival Radiance. But first, folks, I got to pause for a commercial.
Do you have a bad back, bad hips, bad knees, or any other mobility issues? Think about Scootaround. For scooters, walkers, wheelchairs, even oxygen needs, delivered right to your cabin. Scootaround for all your mobility needs on your upcoming cruise.
And of course, that Scootaround, use that to call them up if you need a scooter, or like me, an oxygenator. I need both on my cruises, and give them that SRN 11137 number for the best pricing. And I get credit for it and make a few pennies. One way to support the channel here. So, and I think my audio should be back on at least. Anyway, so now we're going to go talk about the Carnival Radiance. All right. What was the most important item from last night's Carnival Radiance ceremony? There was a Carnival Radiance ceremony last night, folks. Was it the fact that Carnival Radiance was welcomed into the Carnival Cruise Line fleet? Or that the Carnival Radiance, formerly the Carnival Victory, has now been officially renamed? Or the end to the longest dry dock ever as she set sails this afternoon? No, none of those. The important takeaway and the most important thing to come out of last night's Carnival Radiance ceremony is the fact that we got another Shaq's Big Chicken. Shaq and his mama, that's Dr. Isabel O'Neill, who happens to be the godmother of the Carnival Radiance. Shaq's daddy, Shaq's sister, were all there with Carnival CEO Christine Duffy, and they got the second Shaq's Big Chicken at Sea officially opened. That's the important part to come out of the whole shebang last night, folks. And from what I've heard, you know, Shaq's Big Chicken debuted at sea on the Mardi Gras. Now, there's a couple of land restaurants Shaq has, one in Las Vegas and one in someplace weird in California, someplace you just wouldn't think about a restaurant. I don't even remember what it is now. But anyway, got a couple of restaurants open. So what I hear, it's awesome. I'm looking forward to my day that I'll be on Mardi Gras or Radiance, whichever one. And maybe they'll be open on some other ships sometime soon. But I hear it's awesome. They also do breakfast. The breakfast is not quite as good as some of the sandwiches with lunch. But I mean, people just rave about the chicken sandwich. And, of course, I'm real big on Guy's Burger Joint. That's my usual lunch on a Carnival ship. I'm looking forward to doing the chicken part of it. So that's the Carnival Radiance. Carnival Radiance, of course, is the third West Coast Carnival ship as she joins the Carnival Panorama, Carnival Miracle, the original 29-day proposed transformational project that was going to be the Victory to the Victory to the Radiance, okay, became a 19-month dry dock. They also added more than just Shack's Chicken. They added Guy's Pig and Anchor Smokehouse, the Heroes Tribute Bar, the Red Frog Pub, just to name a few. And, of course, the most immediate change is that the Radiance now has the new paint job. So, the new livery. I can't get used to calling it livery. It's a damn new paint job, people. So, all right, everybody's probably heard the story now about a 20-year-old woman that went overboard on the Carnival Miracle this weekend. A very sad situation, and I don't make light of that at all, but a woman in her 20s went overboard during the sailing of the Miracle early Saturday morning. It's about 3:30 Sunday morning. But by Sunday evening, no trace of the woman had been found, and the search was unfortunately called off. The incident, which happened on the near the coast of Ensenada, Mexico, aboard a Carnival Miracle ship, occurred shortly after 3 a.m. and was captured on security footage, the U.S. Coast Guard said. Passengers were notified shortly after, a Carnival Miracle passenger told NBC News. The ship came to a near complete stop around 3:30 a.m. as crew members dropped the lifeboat into the water. Coast Guard crews were working with members of the Mexican Navy to try to locate the woman. Carnival Cruise Line said the Carnival Miracle ship was released after assisting with the search and continued on to Ensenada, about a 90-minute drive from the U.S. border, so it's not that far south of the border. The ship, which was on a 3-night sailing from Long Beach to Ensenada, returned to Long Beach yesterday. A paramedic on board said that there were suspicions of foul play. And a picture of the deck with that the woman fell from showed broken pieces of the balcony, which is in that picture that I'm showing now. The FBI was waiting to assist in the investigation when they arrived at Long Beach. So they suspect this was not accidental. No proof of that, folks, yet. Nobody's been charged. There's suspicions from fairly reliable sources. So we'll see what happens. Sad situation, no matter what caused it. All right. And that was there wasn't a whole lot of news today. I'm sorry that Elizabeth didn't make it. But we'll see if she's. I know she was in the chat room earlier. She said, Buenos dias. That was at 9:30, so that was an hour and a half early. So maybe we just got totally confused on time. I don't know. I do know, the fact that she went through Istanbul, and she was going to pop in this morning and tell us about the folks she met in Gatwick. So we're glad that they were able to help her out. We're glad she's back home. I know she wanted to continue working, and it was a short contract. She knew from the start that she was going to be back relatively soon. From a personal standpoint, you guys know that I'm going to be in Cozumel, and I'm looking forward to her being there. So, of course, if she gets a chance to be back on a ship, then she got to go, and that could happen any day. I mean, she could have another contact made today, and she's off again. Well, we'll see. All right, Hot Air's on, and he's talking about the stress he had with Bermuda Travel Authority, where he didn't have it, and he's gone back and forth between airlines and Norwegian and Bermuda, and finally, the bottom line, they figured out that there were both, that they had approved Cindy for one date and him for another. So, like Cindy can go to Bermuda on the 14th, and Hot Air can't go until the 19th, something like that. So they're going to hopefully get that straightened out so that Cindy and Hot Air can go to Bermuda together. That would be nice, since they're married and they're traveling together. That they go to Bermuda together. That would certainly help. So Hot Air was letting off steam this morning about his issues with that, and he's been screaming at people, and I don't blame him. And I'm making light of the situation. It's still, I don't think it's 100% resolved, but I'm hoping that he's getting in the right direction. At least he knows what's going on now. So Hot Air says, I think Elizabeth has flown and left the building. Yes, I think she has too. I don't know where she is. And of course, Gretchen thanked Elizabeth and Audrey for making the little cruise a little special with had a little wine for their anniversary dinner, which was fabulous. So Gretchen says she hopes that was his only snag. And Hot Air says his head's hurting. Yes, I can appreciate that. Gretchen says, yes, with a cold, tested for COVID negative yesterday, but still under the weather. Oh, sorry to hear that. But I'm tan, Gretchen says. Awesome. Katie's with us. Hi, Katie. Katie was with me on both my shows yesterday. Always good to have Katie along. She, of course, is getting ready to go on a cruise next week. Hot Air says, seems like a strange time to have National Ice Cream Day. July or August would be better. Well, I think so too, especially with me. I've been freezing. But yesterday was 70 degrees here, and then it went back down to like 30. So I think the high today is 50. So it's going to be cold today. It's National Ice Cream Day. I will eat ice cream in the winter. I don't eat as much, but I will. And we have a place here, and I'm sorry, one of my weaknesses is hot fudge sundaes. And I know I shouldn't because I'm trying to lose weight. But I'll probably talk the family into stopping by there after dinner tonight. So maybe I'll eat healthy for dinner and have something like a salad. Maybe a salad with grilled chicken or something. And then go get a damn sundae to celebrate National Ice Cream Day. Because I'll do it. All right. Moving on. Katie says, Gretchen, I came home with a sinus infection on our last cruise. Much better, Beth. Sorry about that. Cindy's with us. Hi, Cindy. Carol's here. Hey, Carol. Gretchen says, I was relieved I had extra Binax tests. I guess it's just other things besides COVID still going around. Yeah, we unfortunately, and just a cold, and all of a sudden you're panicking as you got COVID. So Up there she is. Elizabeth said, sorry, Wi-Fi is sketchy as usual. Okay. So what we will do by tomorrow, I will get Elizabeth to do a couple of tapes, the clips, and send those through. And I will use them tomorrow so we can get the couple questions answered. And I'll make Elizabeth go back and watch the show that's today so she can know what to answer. Like on the path of the horizon that's taken to get back to dry dock, if she has any idea why that happened. So, and to tell us about Istanbul. And I mean, did she go, to Marrakesh or what's in Istanbul? I don't even know what's in Istanbul. Complete loss on that one. I haven't been there. So, anyway, so at least we know Elizabeth is alive and she didn't just fall off the end of the earth or anything. And that's the Wi-Fi. And we've had issues with Wi-Fi from Cozumel Island before. So anyway, Gretchen says, I'm vaccinated and boosted, just taking a few extra days to recover from my vacation. Glad I didn't go for 2 weeks. Yeah, I understand. Emily's with us. Hi, Chillie and the gang. Emily, you need to watch to make sure you see what I ask about you too. NCL has no ships in Fort Lauderdale. I know that. Duh. Yeah, I just wasn't thinking hot air. Sometimes I get a little spaced out. No doubt about it. I wasn't thinking. I know that Norwegian sails out of Miami. I mean, I'm going on it. I've been on it. I've sailed from there before on Norwegian. And I'm going with you guys. So I know that. She said, that's so cute with the dogs on the bus. I thought that was just lovely. I like that. The local dog boarding company uses our limo service to book buses for the dogs to go out and do things. Christmas light tour for the doggies. Now, there we go. There's a side business for you. Let's start hauling dogs out on sightseeing tours. And I think that's terrific. I give Tom a little side income for the limousine company. I like it. Penny is going to the boarding home today. It's called Holiday Barn. Well, sorry, she's going to have, well, maybe Penny likes it. I've just, being in the pet sitting, business sort of, or related to it, but from my niece. I prefer having the animals taken care of at home as opposed to going out to a kennel. I realize a lot of people do a lot better now than they used to. So, Hot Air says the top left corner is Bermuda. Maybe the captain forgot something they had to pick up or drop off. Or maybe the captain was, having a wine tasting of his own and got confused and where he's going. That was the first thing I thought. I don't know. There's got to be a legitimate reason why you go that far out of the way. I just don't know what it's got to be. Weather, wind, currents, a pirate ship. I don't know. Something. So, Amir is with us. Why trend Carnival cruise ship? Mimi Amir. I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. I'm not going to check that link on the air. I will check that link because we have had some strange, what do you want to call it, bombings. So I'm not going to check that, but I will check that, see folks, and see if that's somebody new or not. Many Americans live in Ensenada because the beautiful seaside real estate is dirt cheap. Yeah, I've heard that before too. Maybe Cindy did that purposely. Laughed out loud. Yeah, that's okay. Only problem, Chillie embellished. The 19th was November, and we leave tomorrow. Oops, sorry. Oh, that even makes it worse. Yeah, I didn't realize it was November. Holy cow. I was premature in my application filing with Bermuda. Trivia for Tuesday. Will hot air Tom be on the ship at 11 or still be in the waiting area? If on the ship, will the cabin be ready? I will try to be here via the phone at least. Awesome. So it is tomorrow that you sail. That's cool. Katie says, I would love to meet up with Elizabeth when I stop in Cozumel. I'm certainly planning on doing that. Carol Suitors here. Marrakesh is in Morocco. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that I knew. I couldn't think of anything to say about Istanbul. That's that's a senior moment, a brain block, to say it nicely. You're absolutely right, Carol. And I did know. It's just, some things come out of my mouth and I can't see what I'm saying because my glasses fogged up. And that's my story. So, yes, the hot airs are going to be on the NCL gym. Okay. One quick thing before I leave you folks, because I have kept you updated on all this numerous times. We're doing a trial run with no catheter. How about that? So you guys have all been knowing my health issues, so I'm going to let you know just like it is. We're trying it out, and I have had a successful one so far. One successful. Well, you know what that does, and you know what would be successful. So that did happen at 10:11 this morning. So we're going to see how that goes. Now, remember, I went 5 days successfully before, and then the whole bladder thing just said no. So we're just going to have to see. But yeah, we're testing that now. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to drink lots of water. I'll promise you that. Lots of water will be drunk for the next couple of days to try to talk the thing into working, the plumbing to working right. So that's just what's going on in my life. I will keep you advised. All right. That's going to wrap me up today. I mean, that's, what the hell. So anyway, thanks for being with me. If you're new to this channel, we do some strange things here sometimes. But normally every morning at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we talk about the travel and cruise industry and what's going on in the world of cruising. So if you're new to this channel, we always appreciate thumbs up. That helps the channel. If you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. The bell notification lets you know when I go live or when I post a new video. And that's going to wrap me up for today. So everybody, you guys have a fabulous day. Stay safe, stay healthy. Hot air Tom, happy cruising. Good luck to Kim as she comes across the world, and hopefully we'll have Bethany live from over there in Germany or France or wherever she is on the Avalon Passion tomorrow or Wednesday. And hopefully we'll get a report from Elizabeth down there in Cozumel. All right. You guys have a fabulous day. Love all of you. See you later. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.